I've started looking back on the last 20 months and realized how much COVID-19 has changed my life. On March 6th, 2020, we were at Gamage Auditorium at ASU watching a Broadway play. There were no masks, no social distancing, and very little talk about COVID-19. We were all really comfortable. The following week, the World Health Organization changed the status from epidemic to pandemic for COVID-19, and everybody started to panic. The following week at work, there were a lot of closed-door meetings, and everyone was nervous. No one knew what was going on. We tried to social distance because that was in the news. That Friday, we had a meeting at work, and it wasn't a surprise that the company was closing down indefinitely and we would all be laid off. We were told to apply for unemployment immediately and would be notified what would be happening. It was so weird walking out of work after 30 years. I had loved my job and not knowing when I would go back. The drive home was even more bizarre. I had a few drinks that night. The following Monday, I didn't have to get up for work. I slept in. I wore sweatpants. I honestly didn't know what to do with myself. It was so bizarre because I'd been so busy my whole life. I had never had a break since a teenager. So I tried to keep busy because that's what I thought I was supposed to do for the first couple of weeks, doing projects. My husband continued to work. He was an essential worker in the aerospace industry and was repeatedly exposed to COVID-19 from coworkers. So he was tested. We were both tested numerous times. Thankfully, it was always negative. My extended family, many of my extended family contracted COVID, but thankfully we're okay, except for my husband's uncle, who didn't believe in COVID-19 and the virus and continued to go out. He was hospitalized and actually recovered from COVID in the hospital, but was put in a skilled nursing home. And because of the shortage of staff, he didn't really get the care that he needed. He didn't eat, and we could not see him. We could not go in. We could look through a window to communicate, but that was it. And we saw that he was deteriorating, but there was nothing we could do. And we received a call in the middle of the night that he had died, which was horrible. There was no funeral. There was no closure for his family. I'm sure that happened to many people. Zoom became my friend. I probably talked more to my family and friends during COVID, I guess because we all had a lot of time um, um, to say the things, and we weren't sure what would happen, so we said a lot of things that we'd been meaning to say for a long time. As the months dragged on and I realized I wasn't going to go back to work and the world had shut down, I decided to go back to school, which was one of the best things I could have done. I took a history class, American history class, and it really put into perspective the upcoming election, the presidential election of 2020. It seems that the U.S. has always been in turmoil, so it really did give me perspective. Hopefully, we're all slowly getting back to normal and past the pandemic and finding our new normal. Thanks for listening. I look forward to listening to your narratives.